What's up, gang? This is going to be another ranty video because why put effort into videos when I can just not? I want to talk about Rivals 2 and the funding that Rivals 2 is getting because it's looking kind of dicey, at least in the little retrospective Dan Farnese released. He gave some unfortunate news that they laid off a quarter of their team because they didn't have the necessary funds. This is because they are not making enough money off of it, obviously. So, what my thought process is people are not staying after purchasing the game, nor are they becoming invested in wanting to buy the skins. They are also not recommending the game to other people. So in my mind, I believe it is up to us community members to maybe spend a little more money than what is necessarily required of us. And here's how I look at it. Because the game is sold for $30 and we get the quality of a AAA game, in my mind, the quality of ROA2 is very much on par with a Nintendo game or like Super Smash Bros, for example. And I'm not talking about present value. I would say present value is less than the $60 Smash Ultimate, but present and future value will probably be greater than Smash Ultimate, in my opinion, because I don't care about fighting as Mario or whatever. Like, I don't care about that. I care about the gameplay, really, which is why I play the game. So, in my mind, I feel like any money that we as the community put towards ROA2 would be more of an investment to safeguard its future. Because eventually the game will take off. I feel like that's not a fact, or nor is it a guarantee, but I feel like it is very likely for the game to take off. It has an incredible production team. It has incredible backing, or at least it had incredible backing with Ludwig. And the gameplay itself is really good, and the game is really well liked by people who enjoy platform fighters generally. So I feel like the future is bright, but it could be in peril if we do not support it financially. And I'm not saying like, you aren't doing your part. I'm more saying if you have the means to spend more money on this game, then it may be worth it in the long run to keep the development team the size that it is and give them the necessary funds to continue to improve the game. Because the game's only going to get better. The dev team is amazing. So I believe that we as a community in general, there are exceptions, are not doing enough to try to fund this game. And myself, I am included in that bit because I spent the $30 and I am super anxious about spending money. So I'm like, I'm not spending more than I have to. But now I realize that, the production team is getting cut. It's kind of a wake-up call for me. Like, I only spent $30 in this game, and most AAA games are being sold for $60. So the least I could do is at least put $60 into this game in total. So add $30 more, like we would for a AAA game. In my mind, that seems like the appropriate thing to do because I have the means to. If you do not have the means to, please do not spend money on this game. Please spend it on food or gas or your insurance, like your health insurance or whatever, or a bus pass or whatever. So, yeah, in my mind, if you have the ability to maybe spend a little more money to invest in the game, that is my ask. I wouldn't say that's my request because I'm not requesting it. It's just something that I implore you to think about. Is the game sells for $30, we get the quality of a $60 game, and it only is going to continue to get better for at least the next 3 years. So in my mind, I think it's time for us in general, again, specifically if you can, you can, to spend a little more money. Personally, I don't like spending money on skins because I don't really care about skins. I care about the gameplay. So because I care about the gameplay, I guess what I'm doing, what my part is I'm going to host tournaments, and the reward will be in-game currency or bundles. I'm leaning towards bundles since it just works better. So, for example, I'm having my Best Out of Brazil tournament, and the winner of that will receive a bundle. And I plan on spending $20 because that is the maximum a bundle costs, which will bring my total spent on the game to $50. One, for the game itself, and two, for the privilege of being able to host the biggest Rivals of Aether 2 tournament Brazil has ever seen. That's just what I'm doing. If you want to spend skins on yourself, or if you want to, spend that money on in-game currency, or maybe you could buy the game for a friend, that would be an amazing way to invest in the game, is buying the game for a friend, because then, again, you move up your total cost to $60, and it's what you would spend on a AAA game with your friend having the ability to try it out. Additionally, I'll probably end up spending more than $60 because I have spent 230 hours playing this game. That is a lot of time. Even if I were at an arcade and I spent $1 to enter the arcade to play Rivals of Aether 2 for an hour, I would have spent $230. Think about that. $230 if I would have spent $1 an hour as my entertainment. It's not going to work like that for everybody because people aren't going to pay $600 if they have 600 hours in this game. But it makes you think about it. I make, minimum wage here in the States. At least where I'm at, I can get a job for $15 an hour. I can make $15 an hour doing manual labor or whatever. So to be able to have entertainment for $1 per hour, I think is really good. So that could also be a method in which you analyze how much money you want to give to the game is based on how much you play it. And that's why I plan on paying more. I'll probably pay at least $100 because, again, 50 cents per hour to play for my entertainment, not a bad deal, and the money goes towards more development and for paying the people who produce this game. Yeah, I would say it's worth it. And that's the thing about games is that the profit margins are very slim, and a lot of it has to be, not a lot of it, but it oftentimes has to be crowdfunded or else it won't do very well, like a lot of art. So I think that these rounds of layoffs for Aether Studios really at least woke me up. I hope it woke you up. If you've been spending money on the game, then great. Thank you for doing that. I haven't, so I'm going to try to invest in this game more because that's what I think you're ultimately doing when you buy in-game currency or bundles or the game for a friend, is that you are investing in this project that you enjoy. And I believe in this project. I think it will do very, very well. And I really love the game. And I love watching tournaments. And I love the community. And I love playing the game and seeing myself get better. So it would be a shame if I didn't invest in something that I was so passionate about. That's just my thoughts. I just wanted to rant. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe so I can hit 1,000 subscribers and turn off ads for you guys. Both you and I would love that. And that's it. Have a great day. Goodbye.